Hi everyone, it's Derek and Dave this time for the post-match reaction to the 2-1 loss against the Kilmarnock tonight, which was an away game, and I really don't want to do this, Dave, do you?
I know, Derek, it's a nightmare, isn't it? We've spoke in the last few podcasts about our bipolar performances, and here we go again. All the good work against Celtic, in flames after, that can only say it's a poor performance, Derek, isn't it?
It was a fucking shocking performance. Let's get that right, Dave. It was disgraceful. We played fairly well up until Kilmarnock scored their first goal. RTV was a disgrace as well tonight because they had changed their security settings as well. Nobody could get logged in, and what was the point of changing security settings on the day of a match? Absolutely fucking diabolical. So you were scrambling around to try and find a dodgy stream. Not that I condone anything like that, obviously, but so I seen the first half in patches, to be honest, and from what I seen in the first half, we were fairly good. We scored the goal in the 12th minute. Had to be Jermaine Defoe, didn't it? I think that came from a good couple of bits of play where we hit a long range shot and it was cleared. The keeper made a save. There was another chance, keeper save, and then Defoe at the back post. Just the poacher. One of the reasons why we bought him, in there to score the goal.
Yep. At that point, Derek, we were flying. We were by far the better team. We had the upper hand, and the goal for me came at the absolute perfect time. Just at the start of the match, we could then build momentum to try and get a second goal. And even after that, Derek, we were still on the front foot because we still looked as if we were going to score. And I had my doubts to start off with that he would play two up front. After I had a feeling that he would just play one and maybe introduce Defoe later on. But at that point we were we were doing really well, and the two up front were looking dangerous, and it was working. But as you say, as soon as Kilmarnock get that goal, which is an absolute shambles of a goal to concede, we were just never, we just never looked as if we were going to do anything again.
Yeah, Kilmarnock scored on the 23rd minute, and what does this guy need to do to get dropped? Joe Worrell, absolutely diabolical. I know he played well against Celtic, but the whole team played well, so that might have masked a lot of the stuff. But he got the ball in the own half, thought he was playing funny buggers, decides to backheel it to himself. He looked as if he was going to try and pass back to McGregor, when bearing in mind he was only about 20-25 yards from goal. Brophy slipped in, got the ball off him, hit a shot. McGregor did get, I think, a bit of a hand to it, but it went in the back of the net. And from there, taking out the fact that it was a diabolical goal to lose, the team seemed to collapse. We seemed to lose confidence from that, and especially in the first half, I really don't think we had anything else really to offer, because Kilmarnock were then really on the ascendancy for the rest of the game, and I don't think McGregor had an awful lot to do for the rest of the game. However, we just weren't at the races. We were losing out in midfield, and you sent me a text about Arfield being exceptionally quiet as well, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I felt after we conceded the goal, Derek, that we were second best in midfield to everything. We just didn't look as if we were, we certainly weren't putting in the same amount of effort that Kilmarnock were. Put it that way, they were, hassling us for absolutely everything. Basically, just like what we did in the Old Firm game, Kilmarnock did to us, let's be honest, in the first half. And I thought we were screaming out just for somebody to get in there to win the ball in midfield, and it wasn't happening. I felt really sorry for McCrory, because I actually felt that this would have been the perfect game for him to play, Derek, especially with Joe Worrell, looking very, very shaky at the back. And to be fair to Gareth McCauley, he looked pretty shaky as well, Derek, in moments. There was a lot of times that he was under a lot of pressure, and I just feel that a player like McCrory playing just in front of them would have shielded a lot of that. But again, this is all hindsight, isn't it, Derek? But really, really poor. As soon as Kilmarnock scored, we were diabolical, and we just didn't look as if we could get anything going whatsoever. Going back though to talking about the formation and stuff like that, Derek, I do feel that Steven Gerrard was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, wasn't he? Because everybody and their granny's been going on about the signing of Jermaine Defoe. Everybody's desperate to see him play. you can't drop Alfredo Morelos. So it was that conundrum that he was in. Does he stick to the formation that we have been playing for the most of the season, or does he try and get him into the team? So, where a lot of people would say, it was a nightmare, he should never have changed it. And I was one of them, Derek. That's why I was surprised. At the same time, you've got to look at it. This is a big name player coming to Rangers, and everybody wants to see him. So it was a hard decision, wasn't it? But unfortunately, it didn't really pay off. I'm not talking about Defoe himself. I'm talking about the formation, because Kilmarnock were certainly the better team.
Yeah, I'll get on to the formation and the tactics, but into the second half, we, for the first kind of 5 minutes of that, we looked a wee bit more up for it. Kilmarnock were always going to be a difficult team to break down, and they kind of played largely in their half. We had a lot of possession, but again, our delivery was largely poor, and we never forced the keeper to make any saves. Maybe I think there was 2 at the end of the game, and that was really about it. Morelos did have the ball in the back of the net, but a bit of stupidity. He decides to get himself booked by sticking out his hand to put the ball into the back of the net. So that's more stupidity from him. And then, it was written in the stars, wasn't it? Jordan Jones gets a goal. Kent lost the ball in the Kilmarnock half. On around about the halfway line, Jones took the ball and just ran with it. Ran. The defence backed off. Bearing in mind there was only 2 centre backs at that point running back. They backed off. He rounded. He didn't even have to round them. He just had to kind of sidestep them, hit a shot from about 20 yards past McGregor, who could have done a wee bit better, but you're only as good sometimes as your defence, and the defence was pish poor tonight. It was
dreadful defending. I think McGregor, Derek, will be a wee bit disappointed. Let's be honest, we can't slag Alan McGregor off. He's been absolutely sensational for us. So I'm not anyway putting him to blame, but I think he'll know himself that he could have done a bit better with that one. But as you say, the standard of defending was shocking. And again, it goes back to what I was saying, that maybe playing that sort of defensive midfielder in there would have snuffed any chances out whatsoever. But again, I keep saying that word hindsight, don't I? So.
Yeah. I mean, my view of the in terms of the formation is that people were complaining at the fact that the thing is, never change a winning team. Now that's well and good if you've just played last week and you've got a bit of momentum going. Our last competitive game was over 3 weeks ago, so for me that doesn't wash at the end of the day. And one thing that doesn't wash for me as well, and this is the really annoying thing, is that management need to take some of the blame, but these players have shown how they can play against Celtic and how good they can be. That should be the benchmark for every single game we play. I don't care how big or small a team it is, you need to play to that level. And if it means leaving everything on the park in every single game, then that's what they fucking need to do, because it's about time some of these players get it through their thick heads that that's how teams are going to play against us. They will play defensively. We need to be on tip-top form to break them down. This will not wash anymore. I'm sorry, it's just I've had it with that kind of attitude of the players. Yeah, management need to take a wee bit of the blame, especially for not changing it until the 70th minute, which was another mistake from Gerrard in respect to that. But these players can play. They need to start playing.
What got me as well, Derek, was it was pretty obvious. I know what you're saying. It took a long time, but it was pretty obvious, I think, for the start of the second half that a change had to be made rather than waiting for that long. And I certainly do think Candace came on. We did, we did have the better of the second half without really creating much, but we did have a lot more of the ball than what we did in the first half, going back to our natural position. But too little, too late, wasn't it?
Yep, absolutely. So it leaves us going into the next game against Livingston away at 4 o'clock on Sunday. So it's going to be another tough game. We lost there the last time. Yep. It's one of these things we've got to be on the ball every single time. So certainly I'll be back with a post-match pod after that. Maybe Dave will join me, I don't know. And then hopefully next week we'll be back with a flagship pod. So another disappointing night tonight, and we'll leave discussions about leagues and winning the league for the actual full pod.
Derek, as we've said on many occasions, you deal with the game that you've got in hand. Do you know what I mean? That's you concentrate on the next game and you didn't worry about anything else. And unfortunately, didn't concentrate on this one, well enough tonight, and we've paid for it, haven't we?
Yep. So, thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Take care, folks. Goodbye.